International Labour Organization is the UN agency for the world. From regulations setting out safety and health standards, through to policies to end discrimination, violence and harassment in the world of work, there exists international labour standards to protect us. Eradicating child labour and forced labour, ensuring equal pay for work of equal value, creating new and better jobs, strengthening social protection systems, helping women and men gain the skills they need to succeed at work, and upholding the rights of workers and employers, including through social dialogue. The ILO mandate is an integral part of all 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and decent work itself is Goal 8 of the UN's 2030 Agenda.
Thanks to strong economies, distribution networks, skilled labor, abundant resources, the list goes on. If these components are developed enough, you would be fairly certain that when you go out looking for it, you will have access to enough food to keep you and your family strong and healthy. Sounds easy, right? Then why are so many people going hungry? But when natural disasters, climate change, conflict, global pandemics, and economic slowdowns and downturns are added to the mix, these communities are hit the hardest, and the losses are hard to comprehend. People pay the price and lose access to vital resources like food and water, which is why today, 1 in 10 people go to bed hungry, and more than 3/4 billion people are undernourished. This is why the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations exists, to achieve food security for all, and to make sure that all people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active, healthy lives. No matter how significant the effect of economies are on their communities, FAO seeks to make this a reality through the transformation to more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food systems, and realizing the 4 betters by ensuring better production through sustainable consumption and production patterns, better nutrition by ending hunger, achieving food security, and improved nutrition in all its forms, realizing a better environment by protecting, restoring, and promoting sustainable use of terrestrial and marine ecosystems, and creating a better life through promoting inclusive economic growth by reducing inequality.
I want to suggest today that we are at a turning point. We are at a fork in the road.
Time for change is now, and the powerful agents of change are in this room today. Nonprofits, private foundations, corporations, and the UN itself must and will leverage their influence by partnering to advocate for gender equality. We will embrace what Martin Luther King called the fierce urgency of now.
Why are leaders so slow to embrace solutions that could deal with such inequalities and injustices?
In a world in which there is not enough money to go around and people die every time you make a mistake, it is immoral not to be relentlessly focused every
189 member countries work together to promote financial stability, prevent crises, and facilitate trade through the International Monetary Fund. The IMF does this by tracking the economic pulse of each of its member countries, by collecting and evaluating data, and providing advice on sound economic policies to benefit the health of the world economy as a whole. It also lends money in times of crisis. Countries in need can turn to the IMF to borrow money from its members to alleviate a crisis and return to stability. And in collaboration with member countries and other partners, the IMF shares its experience by training people on the ground on good policy making and helping them build stronger institutions with the aim of achieving stronger economic growth. In the wake of the global financial crisis, the IMF is evolving to meet other challenges confronting the global economy, taking on issues such as the role of women in the workforce, inequality, climate change, and money laundering. This collaboration and sharing of information from huge land masses to tiny island nations is an example of what the founders of the IMF intended: countries of the world working together for the good of all.
New 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a set of 17 global goals unanimously adopted by 193 governments. These Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, aim to transform development into a universal aspiration to environmental, social, and economic progress. With more than 50 years of experience, UNDP is the largest development agency in the United Nations system. Our footprint covers some 170 countries and territories and is strengthened by our positive relationships with governments and citizens alike. UNDP is also the backbone and coordinator of the UN development system. We provide the services that help improve the lives of millions of people around the world. We simultaneously work to eradicate poverty and significantly reduce inequalities and exclusion. Our mission requires UNDP to help develop capacities for sustainable development, build resilience, and strengthen effective and democratic governance. Achieving these goals by 2030 can be a daunting and bewildering task. But we will help deliver this vast and ambitious agenda by working in and with countries through crisis,